Hey guys, James here from TCG University, coming back at you with another deck profile. Today I'm going to be showing you my Maxi 2-dot deck profile. We played the most recent Campus Championship. We played what we called the best of the sets, which is each person picked one character from a set, and that set was not allowed to be played with any other character. So I chose Soul Calibur 2. I chose Maxi. He was like the only character so far in Soul Calibur 2 that we had not played yet. So it was the only character I got the choice of. But I think I built a really cool, fun deck. You have to check out the Campus Championship to see how my matches went. Let's get into this profile, and I'll show you the choices I made and the cool combos that I saw when I was looking through it. Okay, guys, Maxi 2-dot. The first Maxi was so good that Jasco said he's no fun, take him out of the game, and we'll reprint him later, which they did. So he was the box topper promo, along with another card in the Soul Calibur 2 set. He is a 7 hand size, 20 vitality, air, all, and good character. Our deck today is under air. Personally, I think I would build a good deck for what I'm trying to do, but I actually extremely love how this deck turned out. This would be my second choice after good, would be this air deck. Enhance once per turn. If you have 2 or more foundations in your card pool, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. So he generates momentum once per turn, which is very, very cool. And then E twice per turn. Add 1 foundation to your card pool. Ready one of your foundations that has not been ready this turn. And your attack gets +3 speed, +1 speed, +3 damage. So he hits really hard. He has throw it down as an enhance, which is also very cool. He makes some of his attacks really big and creates this weird combo potential that I found inside the symbols. So we'll put him right here. So about the H. Yeah, right there. Then we'll get into the deck. This deck's a little bigger than my natural decks, but he's a 7 hand size, and I really want to give him room to kind of like combo out. And I think it worked pretty well. You'll have to check out those matches, see how they did. I went off in one game on game 2 very, very hard. And it was a really long turn. So our first card we're going to talk about is Fataball. Fataball is a 2/5, 1 low block weapon asset. Respond commit. After you add any number of cards to momentum, you add the top card. You add 1 card from your hand to momentum. So basically, if we've used his, this also has another ability that's twice per turn. If we use both of these twice per turn, and we use Maxi's once per turn, and then we can respond with this to get 2 momentum on our 1 ability, and have used both of these, it's pretty cool. He gives 1/3, and then this, as a twice per turn, gives your Fury attack +2 speed, 1 damage. Meaning you can give, essentially, with both these on board, an attack +3 speed, +4 damage, which is actually pretty crazy. I didn't think of it like that, which is nuts. So we'll move on a little bit. We're playing 1 SLs. We're only playing it for the E once per turn. You can flip a foundation. If you don't have a momentum, gain a momentum. We're only really playing this because I built my deck around momentum generation. And sometimes you need momentum to be able to get his first ability off to get the second momentum. It's really odd to explain because like sometimes in this style of combo deck, you have to set up to get to your good setup. It's really hard to explain, but sometimes you just need that extra momentum gain, and this produces it. Along with all that momentum generation, we have 3 carrying the weight. It's a 2/5/3 low block that says commit flip. After a card is added to your momentum, you can add the top card of your deck to your momentum as well. So anytime we trigger any of these, we can trigger 1 more and gain an extra momentum, which is very useful. Along with the momentum generation, we also have the first attack we're going to talk about today, Snake Wing Sabat. Snake Wing Sabat is a 4/3, 2 high for 5, 1 mid block, Fury kick. If you have more momentum than your opponent, which oddly enough with this deck you can very easily do, you get to draw a card, which is very, very cool. +1 hand size and a 7-hander is pretty neat. And then E, add 1 foundation from your card pool to your momentum. This attack is multiple 1, or gains multiple 1. Basically, you can add a foundation up with Maxi, add it into the momentum with Snake Wing Sabat. You get your momentum from this. You get a so like you could do a bunch of weird combinations, like play a foundation, play this, add one up, have two, get a momentum, take one of these, swing it over. If the card you had was like Revenge, bring it down, and then you gain 2 momentum, had one card leave your card pool, drew a card, because now you have 2 momentum to probably your opponent's 1 momentum. You can do some really nuts things, and this card's like your main leadoff card. Okay, on to things that kind of we kind of use inside of our card pool. We have 2 Crimson Sparrow. This is a relatively unused card inside of Suzaku support. It's a 2/5 with a 2 low block that says our card pool. After your attack deals damage, you can ready 1 foundation that has not been readied this combat phase. This just gives us more readying power on top of, like, we're already going to be playing the 1 Wandering Pirate. We have this, and we're playing Raging Zodiac as well in our deck. We'll get to that later. But that also readies cards. So we get to ready a bunch of things in our deck. But this says while in the card pool, we can activate this ability and do that, which is very neat. We don't have to expend resources. Like, we don't have to use his twice per turn just to ready that 1 foundation. If our attack hits, we get to ready it. We get to just leave this in the card pool and get benefits from it. And if not, Maxi also benefits from it. And then for, like, Snake Wing Sabat, we'll just ditch it from our card pool. We don't need it. So, like, we get to do a bunch of cool things. More card pool cool stuff. We have 4 Burning Revenge. Basic. Everybody knows about this card. It's a 2/5, 3 mid block. When it's committed, due to a stun ability, you can ready one of your other foundations. Pretty cool. E card pool. After your attack gets +2 damage, you can add this card to your staging area face down committed. So basically, you just cool. I'll add this up with Maxi because you can build and not care with this deck. I'll add up with Maxi. Cool. I'll give my attack 2 damage and bring it down. I'll bring up. I guess you can't do it on that one, but like Crimson Sparrow, it deals already this. You got to do. There's just a bunch of small little combos you can do with this deck, which I think makes it very, very fun. We're playing an entire Fury deck, so it kind of works out with this. But for Dandy of the Seas, Dandy of the Seas is a 1/5/2 high block foundation that says E card pull. This deck is +1 or -1 damage. If this deck has Fury, you may add this card to your staging area face down committed. That's an optional ability. So if you want to keep it in, you can. And then you moving it down just benefits us later. We'll see why. But one of the cool things we can do with this is just Maxi. Already a different foundation. Add this up. Cool. I'll give your attack -1 damage. I'll give your attack -1 damage. It's just like an on just once. Just if you think you're going to die a turn, but like maybe 2 to 3 health will save you. Just add this up. I'll gain a life. Basically, I'll just -1 damage, -1 damage, -1 damage. And like you can do it twice per turn. So like you can stuff 2 if you have them and then go, cool, I'll give this tech -1, I'll give this tech -1. Like if you're not blocking, just -1, -1, -1, -1. Or if you're blocking one of the key cards and whatnot. You can do it, like I said, you can do a bunch of cool things. We're playing Power Cycle to get those cool combos in with Maxi. And some other cards later, you'll see why. Power Cycle is a 1/5/2 mid block. Our card pool, after you block this card, you can ready 1 foundation has not been ready this turn. More ready stuff in our deck. And then E, your attack, commit flip. Add 1 card from your discard pile to your card pool. So basically the way we would want this to work is, cool, I'll Power Cycle, I'll add something in. Cool, I'll Maxi, I'll add in another one and ready this foundation. Cool, I have 2 in my card pool. Maxi will say I'll get a momentum. Cool, I have a momentum, I'll do my cool thing I've been wanting to do. And you get to do like a bunch of small little combos like that. And Power Cycle can really lead it off later when we get to other cards we'll talk about. We're playing 1 Wandering Pirate. Wandering Pirate's a simple one. It's a 2/4 no block that just says when it's readied or committed, you ready another card, which is pretty cool. It just kind of extends your turns, which is kind of what we want in our combo character. One of the other cards we're playing that I think works very well with Maxi in general is Let's Cut Loose. Let's Cut Loose is a 3/6 no block that says you can add 1 foundation from your discard pile or your card pool to your hand. You can add 1 foundation from your discard pile to your card pool. From your discard pile to your hand, and then 1 from your card pool to your staging area, and then you get to draw a card. So automatically it replaces itself, or you get a card from your discard pile, or you add a card from your card pool to your staging area, which is very nuts. Basically I'll use Wandering Pirate as an example. So like say Wandering Pirate, you've done it twice, you commit and readied, and you did a bunch of things. For whatever reason, your card pool's still a little clear or whatnot. Who knows what's going on, but you checked bad, readied it with this, and then committed it to do something else or whatnot. But like you've used it twice, you could Maxi. I'll add it to my card pool. I'll Let's Cut Loose and bring it back down, and then draw a card and replace my card. At that point, you can use Wandering Pirate two more times because it's now a fresh Wandering Pirate. The goal of playing Let's Cut Loose was not only to just gain advantage into our staging area and being a card pool like manipulator where we go back and forth like that. It was to be able to reuse cool things to try and gain even more advantage. Like reusing this unique foundation to be able to like ready and commit 4 things. We'll get to a card later. I'll just show it off real quick. One of my favorite things I was doing was I'll check a 5 to give my attack 1/1 with unlikely allies. And then I'll add it to my card pool. I'll bring it down with Let's Go Loose. I'll check a 5 again to give my attack 1/1. And it just gave me like fresh stats I could give on one attack if I really needed to. It also provides a little bit of defense. And then the next card we're going to talk about that talks about our foundations in our card pool is for Raging Dragon Zodiac. It is a combo with a foundation, so a foundation in front of it combos with it. It's a 4 mid for 8 with a 1 mid block. It's a 5/3. Has Fury as well. Combo E, you discard X momentum, which is why we like to generate so much with Maxi. And then you draw X card, you ready X cards and draw X cards. So for every momentum you discard, you ready that many foundations. That doesn't require whether or not they've been readied or not this turn. And then you draw a bunch of cards equal to the amount of discard as well. Which is really cool because, like, most of the time, like, you just do 3 or 4, you know. You don't try to, like, oh, I have a giant staging area committed for this one card. I'll ready it all. It doesn't matter to you. It's just like, oh, can I draw 2 or 3 cards off this? Have a nice solid attack that Maxi gives even more stats to. You had to deal with the first ones because they're pretty cool too. It's like, cool. I'll draw 3, ready 3, and then we'll get to a card later that just super extends our combos. So the last card that kind of card pool stuff, is One Who Wanders. One Who Wanders is a 3/5/2 mid block. Our card pool, after you play this card, seal one of your opponent's foundations. This card comes in handy very well. It seals problem cards for like me, I'm a combo character. For Maxi at least. You're a combo character. You don't want people to like mess with your combos and whatnot. So being able to turn off key cards that could turn off your combo is very, very good. And not only that, one of the key ending pieces in our deck is also a tech. So his bottom ability also comes in handy, being Form Destroy, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. You can add 1 tech card, reveal this way to your hand, and then discard the rest. So if it ever does get in our staging area, we do get to use it to do something else. The next card we're going to talk about is the 1 tech piece we're playing, like the actual only tech card we're playing for the One Who Wanders, which is why it's only like a 2, also because it's a 3 diff. But like Ace Maneuvers. Ace Maneuvers is a 4/3/2 low block 5 high for 4. Enhance this deck gets +2 damage for each card that has left your card pool this turn. Remember Maxi and all the other cards were making cards leave our card pool? Well, guess what? We're going to get free damage off of that. We wanted to do combos, so because we did combos, we get to do more combos. It's really nuts. And then anytime you get to deadlock, anytime your opponent goes to deadlock, you just negate everything, which is also crazy nuts. So another way we... I guess this got lost. Another one card got lost in our combos. No. Another thing, way we pump up that damage on Ace Maneuvers is the cool combo card in our deck. Even further so, Covert Intent. I'm always in love with this card. I love the way it works with things. And like Ace Maneuvers just gets hella pumped by Covert Intent. Covert Intent is a 5/1 no block from the it'd be the Sea Viper 10s. It does not count towards progressive difficulty when you play it. So like you stuff your card pool like your 4 cards, you played 2 attacks, added 2 foundations. You can covert on a 5. It doesn't care about these. Get rid of them. They don't matter. But like, so you pay your 1 momentum with Maxi. You discard all after there's a response after an attack resolves, so you can do it on your opponent's turn if you want to. But after an attack resolves, you discard both players' card pools, and each player draws the same number of cards that were discarded. So like say we have our 4 card pool like I was talking about, and you play your Covert Intent. You discard your momentum, and then you would get to draw 5 cards, and then your opponent draws how many ever were discarded from theirs. But for every card that you discarded, Ace Maneuvers just gets hella pumped. So like basic is 2 attacks, 2 foundations, because Maxi can do two things at once, right? Like basic turn, basic in my head is you play an attack, you add a foundation. You play an attack, you add a foundation. You play Covert Intent, you draw 5 cards. You play your Ace Maneuvers, that gets +10 damage on its own. 10, 20, 30, like just the more you draw, the better it is. And then like even sometimes you can use it defensively, as not Ace Maneuvers, but Covert Intent. So like it has high combo potential and pretty well defense potential as well. We're going to keep this out here for a half a second. We're also playing one Mechanical Genius. Mechanical Genius is a 2/5/2 high block from the Heidi support and Blood Omen. We're only playing one of. Tam was playing this in his Cassandra deck. You can check out that profile later in the other playlists and whatnot. But I like the idea of this, so I only played it on one of, mainly because we're a high combo character. The idea is we want to draw this, not sit and wait for it. So we're trying to, being a 7-hander, we're trying to get there as fast as possible. We're not trying to sit and wait. Cool, I got my piece on the board. I drew my card. I have my outs to their outs. I have my combo ready. Let's go in. It was, I'm a 7-hander who already combos, and this just lets me combo more. This is just an auxiliary piece that just helps the combos sometimes. So it's basically like, if I have this, cool. If not, I'm not too worried about it. But Form Destroy, your next non-attack card this turn gets -3 difficulty. So it basically makes this a 2 diff. And when we're playing 1, sometimes you just want to make sure you check well. Or if you're checking bad, of course. It just leads into making sure you pass it, for sure. Because sometimes you just need to check a 5. And sometimes if you just make it check a 3, you win. You know? Make it to where checking bad doesn't matter. Then the other card that kind of works with the cover is Proud Nose. This card will rotate soon, but I feel like for right now, as long as since my hero is still not out, this card still has relevance depending on like if you're going to play test Maxi like this or not, and depending on how long it stays in the form, how long my hero gets pushed back, depending on if it does or not. But Proud Nose is a 1/5/3 mid block from the Platinum or Battle for Power sets. Respond, destroy, discard momentum after you check a 1 recheck. Basically, because Maxi gives us momentum, we always have at least 1 most of the time. So anytime we would check a 1 and it would really impact our game, we can just destroy, discard momentum, and then act like that 1 check didn't happen and make a new check from the top of our deck. It just prevents us from checking bad on our things. Again, we're a combo character. We don't want to rely on wasting our momentum to try and use Proud Nose to save our turn. That's for if we hit the late game and we don't want Proud Nose to end us. Early game, we just have to deal with it. It's how the deck's supposed to work. We don't want to waste our momentum on that. We want to waste our momentum on killing our opponent. Then the last card that kind of deals with the style of that combo is Finding What Was Lost. Finding What Was Lost is just a 1/5/3 mid block from the Cowboy Bebop Spike 2 support. Enhanced twice per turn. This deck gets +1 damage for each card that has left your card pool this turn. Again, Maxi's doing it Maxi will be doing it with other things. Covert Intent's going to do it. All these cool stuff is going to make cards leave our card pool. And it just makes Finding What Was Lost hella deadly. Now we're getting into the next support, which is support that we get directly from Fury support. We get Fury and combo support we get directly from the Bakugo demo decks. We're playing 4 Double Barrage Ultra. It's a 5/3 4 low for 5 Fury attack. Enhanced discard momentum. This attack gets +1 damage for each Fury attack in your discard pile. Everything being a Fury, this can get really big, and we'll almost always have the momentum for Maxi, so that works. And then Enhance, if you have discarded a card from your card pool, which we discussed earlier, is very easy to do. This attack gets +1 speed, +3 damage. So it gets +1/+3 on its own. Maxi gives it +1/+3, and then like its ability by discarding momentum can also give +X damage, which is very cool. Now we're getting into drawing cards. Like I said, we want to hit the combos as fast as possible. Don't give our opponent the chance to play defense. So we're playing 2 Prideful Personality. It's a 2/5/2 mid block. E-flip, discard 2, draw 2. It just means we get rid of cards we don't want to try and draw cards we would want. It's just an attempt to speed up our deck. It's the same thing with Explosive Brace. We are playing for this one instead. It's the same thing, basically. It's a 4/3 high for 4 that says discard 2, draw 2 as an enhance. We played this one out of 4 instead of the other one, mainly because this is a Fury attack, so we can actively place it. We can actively do stuff. Having the other one is very good for us, but this one has a nice 1 low block. It covers our blocking zone, gives us an attack. We're able to pump it. It discards the 2, draws the 2, and it just allows us to just combo the way we want our deck to combo. And then because all of our attacks are Fury in the deck, the last card that is not that specifically rounds out that style is Unlikely Allies. It's a 2/5 no block. Check a 5. Your attack gets +1 damage and +1 speed. Your Fury attack gets +1 damage. So if you have a Fury attack, which all of ours are, you get +1 speed and +1 damage. And then flip 1 foundation. After your opponent plays a responsibility, On an attack card, cancel its effects. This works very well when the opponent tries a reversal or tries to breaker you or whatnot. So that's pretty good. What? Not there. There. And then on to the next one. We're playing for Conquest Terror. We have left the combo-centric stuff into more of the non-combo-centric stuff, which is just 8 cards. Conquest Terror is just a flip, -2 speed, block this card. Make us live. We are a 7-hander, so we can die very easily. Same thing with Cage Fighter, though it has some offensive capabilities. It's a 1/5/3 high block that just says, if your opponent makes a check, it gets -1. This can either be used to make sure we pass an attack through their defense and hit them in the face, or just make sure we make them fail an attack and they don't get to hit us in the face. Thanks again for checking out the profile, guys. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/TCGUniversity. If you go out there and go to the $1 level, you can get access to all of our content live. You get access to most of our content early, or I guess you get access to most of our content live as well, not all of it. And you get access to our personal Discord where you can talk to us personally. You get to interact with our community, make suggestions for videos. You can look into the Magic community, the White Schwartz community, the Final Fantasy community. That's also on side of that Discord as well. So make sure to let me know if you like my Maxi deck down below. Make sure to check out the other Campus Championship deck profiles and the matches from this week of our cool best of the set. Check out who won and whatnot. And as always, guys, stay alert.